Okay. Yeah. So this is part two. Again, welcome back. And yeah, so the camera froze up, so I had to come back with the rest. So again, family, and I mean, and this is something that's really, I think, even people that are going through these levels of ascension or whatever we're going through, right? The spiritual something. Um, this one, it says Shirley Jackson, right? And it's, I guess it's talking about family. And I don't know. I think it's interesting how like I think it's interesting how the cup is on the table, right? And like I don't know that red, even that red ribbon or whatever that's there, and whatever she has in her hand. Maybe that's some. What is that? That's scissors. I don't know what the heck that is. Maybe a cigarette. I don't know. But anyways, it's like spilled coffee, right? And it's black. It's strong, right? And then it's kind of like it's like don't cry over spilled milk, right? But maybe even black tea, even though black tea is not all the way like black like that, but I mean it's dark, but it's almost like the same, like the residue or something from that is like on the wall there, pouring and spilling out, and there's like a I don't know a tower or a castle or something there, and then it's just like spilling out on the wall. It's almost like if these walls could talk even. Yeah, yeah, it's almost like, and then I mean it's even dark outside. Like I mean I don't know. Sometimes when I'm inside of my house, I like to go out in nature and like nature-esque places, but I don't like to go out in public much anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just because I pick up on too many people's energy and it can be kind of draining. So, um, yeah. And I mean, I guess that has to do also with, again, your surroundings, your environment, right? But it says a family, a domestic pleasures, domestic horrors. Well, damn, almost, right? It says partnership in children. Okay, so again, like on that level of like this whole spiritual journey of just like realizing that again, when we're talking children, we're talking about of course, if you have children, your children. But then again, in this sense of society as like, excuse me, people that are playing like a role as like healers, oracles, even just people that, like we do here, go back to look at the story, the biblical energy, just the universe, Mother Earth in general, you know, um, the partnering of, and just, I don't mean to be going too deep and just far fetched, but just like, it's like the whole energy even of, if this is some type of renewal right now, it's almost like Mother Earth is making sure that she wants to be heard and that she wants a partner or partners, you know what I'm saying, that are going to, especially when it comes to the Americas, because like I said, it just feels like everybody always has their hand on what's going. We feel and we feel proud to be Americans. We think so great about America, but I feel like sometimes, I mean, it's just said in public that other places don't think that we're just that great as we think we are. So I think it's like a punishment, even, right? You know, because I don't know how other countries are doing on their, when it comes to their economics and their, trade and whatever else they do. But I don't know. It just seems like we're in the hot seat or always in the hot seat, and it's almost like, like when we're talking about the biblical text, when we're talking about the joining with the man joining the woman, leaving his mother and father and joining the woman or cleaving onto the woman. It's almost like this is another generation of that in a sense. And this time, what I'm saying, she wants to have a say. And I think that's just it, right? And she doesn't need even just the men that have been running things the way that they've been running them for that long to be a part of that. And I think that's the whole thing about climate change and global warming. I think that, it's just time to address it in a spiritual way. Again, for whoever feels that way. Man is going to use science and things like that and do whatever, they think. But again, it's like, how will you ever know? It's like that part even in Pocahontas when she was saying that, so you think that I'm an ignorant savage, right? But she was kind of flipped it around on him like, but I know this stuff and you don't. And So really, who is the right? To look at things without thinking about how much they're worth and things like that. So I don't know. It was just my granddaughter loves that song, so um, yeah. So, anyways, it says the fiction of Shirley Jackson marries the ordinary with the supernatural. Well, damn. Like, I kind of skimmed through here when I was putting the cards in place because I didn't want to waste too much of your time. But yeah. So, anyways, I mean, we're talking about marrying, even, right? So, marrying the ordinary with the supernatural and often speaks to the inhumanities people endure. Her most famous story on the subject, The Lottery, okay, was written after rural. I always have a hard time with that word. Okay. Okay, these are small, and I lost my. Okay. Her most famous story on the subject, The Lottery, was written after rural Vermont residents painted a swastika on her house. Her husband, a professor at Bennington College, was Jewish, yet keen observation and a sense of humor pervade many of her works, especially in her very funny essay on raising 4 kids. Okay, so yeah, that's the card that we had there, right? And then bravery here, okay, because again, it's a time for it. You know what I'm saying? People going through it, men. I mean, we ain't even got to categorize. It's just like people in general. The world is going through it right now, and so like I said, it takes a sense of like a bravery, right? She has like 2 colts or horses or something down there. It's almost like she is buried halfway in by at least to the waist, or to her chest or her breast into the ground, right? It's kind of like an in too deep kind of energy, right? But I'm peeping the duality with the bunches of flowers on the side, and also like with the 2 colts or horses there. But it's almost like that energy of like it looks like there might be even chaos going on around here, right? But she's just and she knows that she can, right? Oh, I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wait. Oh no, because it don't look like that. It don't. It just looks like a gray figure. That's why. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but you seen that. Okay. I apologize. No, seriously. Like, okay, if you look at it right here, it just looked like a gray figure. So you can look at it from a distance. But it's like, I don't know, I've been thinking about something about smoke signals lately. And it kind of looked like that's kind of like what that is, like some kind of smoke, like her higher self is kind of like being lifted in a sense, right? Even though she's stuck there, right? So we'll keep it back here so we don't offend anybody, but you know what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that. I promise I didn't. I promise, okay? Like, okay, and y'all think I'm playing. Even look at it right here. You can't see that. It just looked like a gray figure. Okay. So again, it says plunging in, making decisions, fear. Harjo, a common Muskogee Creek nation name, means so brave. She's crazy. Joy Harjo courageously survived an oppressive childhood, teenage pregnancy, and domestic abuse before becoming a spiritual charged poet of wild natural imagery and urgent social activism, as well as an award-winning saxophone player and singer. Now, again, that can be like, like I said, when we talk about like spirituality on here and we're talking about like the age of whatever, like I said, it feels like, again, even with that book of Esther and stuff like that, it just feels like we're dealing with, yes, whatever age you are now, but there's also a spiritual sense of you, or just like even how we just saw that little person or whatever that's floating above her, like almost like her higher self or her spiritual, her soul almost, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of giving off that energy. And that could be renewed. See, and we're talking about rebirth and renewal and stuff like that too, right? So again, that could be like even, oh, what was the one of those children movie about like spirit animals or whatever? Uh, Man, I can't remember what it's called. And maybe did she have like a weasel or something as her animal? Oh man, I can't remember y'all. But the white bear, with the white bear, okay? Dang, it just won't come to me. So, anyways, I feel like again, in general, a lot of us, and I think that even just right now, I feel like there is a sense of a lot of people that may go unnoticed for the work that you do. But again, I think that even if you can reach just one person with some type of message that will enlighten or something, somebody, you know what I'm saying, that is, to me, I think that's just always been enough. That's what I always kind of looked at on my platform, um, to inspire one person to not even think what I think, but just to think, right? Okay, and be okay with that, and just, you know what I'm saying, be able to handle all the backlash and everything, because yeah. So it comes with that strength and that bravery, I guess, right? So then you have Janet Frame. It's about belonging, right? And I don't know, this kind of like brought me into, okay, make sure them people, okay, yeah, these are just figures, they're not naked, okay. So again, she is, again, these women are in too deep. I mean, it's just making me think about that kind of energy. That all of these women, this may be why they're being, look at, like, even look at the book. Okay, Emily Dickinson, she looked like she came out of it, but, like, I'll just show you in a minute, okay. All right, so again, but she's surrounded by, energy. That reminds me of like some kind of energy. Like you got your lightning bugs for some type of enlightenment. Then you have even these dark spirits or these energies right here. You may need those, once in a while in these times to protect you from things. Because going through this whole thing, I'm thinking like, oh, it's all, I didn't never think it's all love and light. But I'm just thinking like, okay, well, yeah, all this energy is okay. But then I had to start weeding through like, hold on. Right? Everything ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, like, again, she's in too deep. And she has her right hand out. Her left hand is, her left hand is underneath, stuck in the mud as well. But she got her something. You see? A eel, right? Oh, it's people. Look, I didn't even know. I thought this was just like banks, like the river bank. But no, there's two faces. Here's that duality as well. But anyways, it reminds me of a dream that I had probably about a month back about me in my room. And I was just like, I don't know, I was in my sleep trying to catch a serpent or something. And it kept on wiggling and squeezing out of my hand. I won't even really say it was a serpent or a snake or anything. It was just something of that nature, right? Could have been an eel. I don't know, right? And I remember just trying to grab it and like, damn, I just couldn't grab it. And I was just thinking like, maybe there's a reason for it, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? But even you grabbing at it, why didn't it bite you if it wanted, it just was like, I don't know. The dream it just tripped me out a little bit because like I said, usually I have these dreams like right as I'm waking up and I can kind of remember them. And sometimes, I go through times when I don't have any dreams, so I know it's meant to tell me something. But, maybe, and that's what I'm saying, maybe, and that was around the time when I started to look and see what kind of energy belongs around and what doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So it could have been that. And then, look, we might be at a point where, we did enough of that healing, that going within, acknowledging certain things. I went, yesterday, I had to stop myself. I had to say, ooh, girl. You ain't even realize it, right? So it says, Janet, because, okay, sometimes, like, even right now, like, it feels like even just all of the guides and things like that, it just seemed like, it's always out after something. Like I felt like they were here to show me something outside of myself. And me being Shay seeking, right? I've been seeking like heavily for like at least the past 10 years or more. So it's just like right? So again, a little bit of that within the things that I was aware of that I can tackle within myself in order to get myself into a certain, I don't know. But then I realized, I kept on thinking about that term that I use here a lot. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? And I'm thinking like, what all is going on? You know what I'm saying? But people are not really, always picking up on you from your outside appearance. And I know that for a fact. That's been something I've already known, right? But not even what's coming out of your mouth, right? But again, the soul. Whew. Just thinking about that image again with the girl in there and the girl, and notice how she got clothes on. She's dressed pretty, covered up and everything, but the image is naked. And I think like even with children and family, and like the other card was talking about the mother raising, sometimes you can kind of lose yourself like in bearing and raising and rearing children. Same thing in the spiritual realm. You can lose yourself in bearing and raising and whatever children. So even with the commotion going on as a collective in a whole, like within that pyramid group or our soul tribes or whatever you want to call it, right? If you're paying too much attention to what's going on, and if you're in that Empress energy, right, and you're paying too much about what's going on within the body, I mean, you have to check in just like with your own body. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure everything's right. But spending too much time there, you know what I'm saying, takes you away from your main priorities. But again, that's why, again, balance, order in the court, these kind of things here. Because you don't always get to pick your soul group and tribe, right? All right, so it says Janet Frame, 1924 to 2004, was born to a large poor family in New Zealand, on a New Zealand farm. Her brother had epilepsy, and two of her sisters drowned in adolescence. Now, again, this makes me think, like I said, about some of us that are going in on our journey and we're trying to, it feels like you're trying to make it somewhere. Whether it's somewhere, in the game, we'll just say that, okay? So you're trying to make it somewhere. Like placement, things are being placed into types of positions, it feels like to me, right? And so, again, we're being tested also by many different people and things and circumstances. And like I said, it's always about like maneuvering through. And again, being that Taurus, I can be kind of like a bullheaded, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. So again, yesterday, I think it was one of those times when I might have been feeling like that goring energy coming on, but you can feel the, you know what I'm saying? But then it's just like, all right? So, and it's funny that they use, I'm pretty sure that this is probably talking about somebody drowned or whatever, but like I'm in a spiritual sense or whatever. I'm just thinking like, drowning in the sea of words, the sea of whatever, social media, even, I don't know, that's just the stuff that's coming to my mind or whatever. Okay. All right. So again, it seems like she's the survivor. Maybe she's the one that caught the ill. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that caught the, whatever it was or whatever. And maybe it looked like a water ill or something like that. So maybe, she's the one that caught it and, the other one's drowned. I don't know. Maybe she holding their head up under the damn water. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, wait, look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Look at the bottom. The two faces under there. And don't she got to look. I'm not trying to talk about nobody. This is just an illustration from a card. But do you see that energy? Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. It's just like, what is she doing with that hand? Okay, my fault. Just doing too much. I'm telling y'all, it's just one of them days. I'm just getting like irritated by it. Actually, it's one of them days, and that's why I said why I just been taking it easy. But anyways, that was just shocking to me. Yeah. So maybe she had to do something to get there. You know, she do got a sinister look on her face. Y'all ain't gonna sit here and tell me that ain't what that is. All right. So it says. All right. So it says misdiagnosed with schizophrenia or schizophrenia. Um, Frame spent most of her 20s in a psychiatric ward. Excuse me, receiving 200 electroshock treatments and narrowly escaping a lobotomy. Um, After her release, she pursued a solitary life and wrote autobiographical fiction about hospitalization and the displaced self. Wow. I mean, maybe that's the displaced self as well with the other image or whatever. But, like I said here, we have to be very vigilant in these times. And again, it was something like I saw, I don't know, I saw somebody put up a video, right? And they were saying like it was like cruelty or whatever. I don't know, it was on my feed, I think on IG. And I think it showed something about like, because it's funny they use epilepsy and things like that, right? Because, yeah, I don't know, it reminded me of like a misdiagnosis, right? When it comes to things like a sleep disorder or narcolepsy and things like that. And if there's more of a spiritual something behind that. But I noticed that somebody had put that video up, and I think it was about Britney Spears, and that she had like some kind of baton or something passed to her, and that they were saying that she got, shocked by it. And I mean, it actually did look like that, like I said. And they were saying that it was cruel and all this other stuff. But, it kind of led me to think like, okay, that's one perception of it. But like, have you ever just been like in a, I don't know, like in a feeling or something like that? I don't know. It reminded me of the other day, right? I was sitting here in this chair. I never like get sleepy in this chair, but like for some reason, I don't know. And like I said, this could be like something spiritual as well. But like, I don't know, all of a sudden I felt like some kind of, I don't know, it was just weird. And I don't know if it's because I picked up my phone, because like I got my phone, my iPad, all this stuff over here or whatever. And I don't know, all of a sudden I just was overwhelmed with this feeling or something. And like I said in the video, you know what I said earlier. And I'm just saying, I'm just someone that, like I said, rather than it's about speaking on things, you just have to wonder sometimes. That's all I'm saying. You just have to wonder. Just like I said, even if it's just spiritual attacks, it's real. It's legit. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it might be, again, other things such as tech, energy, like I said, right? You have to figure out, you have to, realize that different type of stuff is coming into your home, coming into your environment, coming around you, friends and family. You know what I'm saying? Damn. I mean, we got these two people up under here that supposedly, does that represent the two sisters that drowned? What is her hand doing? Is she holding them down there by the leg? Did she put a damn anchor? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. So that's all how I'm looking at it. Because I know people want you to be positive, but, like I said, I can't help but see what it is. It comes with the territory. And nobody wants to be like the bearer of something like that. But I have to say what comes to mind when I see these things, right? So then we have Octavia E. Butler, right? And this one is a card about the future, right? Okay. And I was like, this is a strange image. Like Futurama, like even, oh, there's another pointy thing. Like even here, look at this. Like her hand is like some kind of, y'all, I don't know, don't ask me. But it's just like probing energy that I'm seeing here, right? A piercing energy even to the heart, right? And then look at that. It's almost like not clone energy, but like, and not even doppelganger, but because doppelganger is that kind of energy. I think I remember watching that movie a long time ago. That kind of energy always freaked me out too. But again, I mean, it's almost like she got a lab coat on. I mean, it might be kind of fancy and everything like that, but damn near look like a lab coat, right? And then I don't know what this is. Maybe like that white thing on the tail of that. What is it? Octavia? I don't know. It's reminding me of October, but also, octopus energy. Yeah. So maybe that's what that is, and maybe that's like a strange. But it's almost like cutting open this. It's like even that with that heart, right? That being, and there's like another new creation or something of it coming, right? So again, wounded beyond repair. This is the energy, like I said, I don't have to be trying to lie to nobody. This is the energy that I feel like is going on, especially with a lot of females right now. It's to try to wound you beyond repair. And then it comes back to that energy, like I said, about the piled up kind of energy, like I said, of dead people. And like I said, death could be talking about, like I said, spiritual death, physical. It could be talking about, just soulless beings, zombie energy. It could be talking about any of that, right? So it says, imagining, planning, worrying about the future. Octavia Butler, the daughter of a housekeeper and a shoe shiner, was a pioneer in the very white and male-dominated genre, okay, of science fiction. She received a MacArthur Fellowship for her dark philosophical novels and stories, which feature Black female protagonists and explore power dynamics among sexes, races, and species. I mean, that's some very interesting energy there. Definitely feel like, again, some of us that are oracle seers and readers and all that stuff, that this is the, what I'm saying, this is some of the type of energy that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. But anyways, in a day-to-day basis. And so, again, I don't know. And like I say, and so it brings me back to even this whole clone energy. You know what I'm saying? It just, and it just also, like I said, it just keeps making me think about the American genes. Because if somebody owe you something, they'd rather tear that shit up before they give it back to you, right? I mean, not to say that somebody do, but do they? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So, especially if they're already in the middle of, feasting and celebrating the spoils and things. So, yeah, and I think that that's the real reason why, again, multitudes of people have been harmed over time, because of that reason right there. And so, again, if they can find some type of replacement that's more pliable, more bendable, more, looking for a certain lifestyle or a certain something more, You know what I'm saying? Not saying that nobody couldn't do that, but I'm just saying if that's what your main, and I lead like, hold on, because we have another couple cards and I'm not going to read them all, right? Because this is my like friendly deck here. Okay. No, let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? This is my fun deck because this is the one that I started with today. Okay. So again, spaceship. And it just says what it says on the card. So don't be afraid to sing. And that's like, lift your voice. Like just even with that rocket energy right there, right? And we dealing with pulling information from the cosmos, right? From source. And again, you can't be afraid. Like the people that's lying should be the ones that's afraid, not the people, the people that are trying to mistreat people and do these things are the ones that should be afraid. It should not be the people that are minding their own business and trying to enlighten or empower their own people. So again, this whole voyage energy, you already have all the answers. And I'd be like, damn, do you? Man, get me frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it's bringing me back to the whole thing, like about Moana. She wished she could be the perfect daughter, but she ended up at the water. Yeah. And then the whole thing about like all the answers being already within, right? And that's the digging. Like that's what I felt like there was still like maybe some kind of blockage even within me, and that's why I feel like I was going deep yesterday trying to figure out what the hell is it, because you're dealing with spiritual beings. They're gonna be able to see deep within anyway. Don't come too close. I don't want you on the camera. I'm coming. Right, and then we have the stars here, and I like the way she got all her books around here, and then the galaxy here, because again, hold on one second. That's the energy I feel like I'm in like all day long. I mean, people might call it like loopy or whatever, or not grounded, but again, it's just like that whole energy. It says do not touch it. Do not touch it. I am almost done. And I told you about that rude stuff. Please, you came in here while I'm in the middle of something. You're going to have to hold on if it's not an emergency. Okay, it says you can manifest your every wish. Okay, so that's what I mean about the whole thing about stop it. That's what I mean about the whole thing about being in your true power and just knowing that yes, there are strategic things set up. Yes, there are oppressive things. Yes, there are this and that. But again, you can defy the odds. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you see things and how you. So again, trying to remain positive even in these times when it seems like things are dire, right? So again, it says evil queen, right? Because sometimes it feels like that's the kind of energy that's over me, dude, right? So it says you deserve sugar, not salt, okay? Because motherfucker I'm trying not to. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to be salty. Unless it's the salt of the earth. All right, so we got red, and this is forgive, right? Oh, and she got that look on her face. I promise you, I'll be sitting there. All right, I promise y'all. I think that's the look I've had on my face all day. Oh, I do look crazy. It's okay. It's okay, y'all. Okay, I promise. I'm about to, I'll get myself together. Okay. Look. Ooh, how did I catch that? Okay, I did though. So anyways, yeah. So it's almost making me think about like spiritual bath, the shells here, and I don't know, those shells for some reason, like I said, they represent something to me. And I noticed that like there's like, I noticed that shell energy over a bookcase that I saw. I think they showed like a picture of one of the presidents inside one of the offices, and there was like the seashell, what do you call it? Shape over. I mean, they probably call it something else, but again, you know what I'm saying. But it also reminds me always of the French provincial energy of furniture. That's kind of like my favorite or whatever. All right. And one day I'm about to give me one of these tubs. You know what I'm saying? I just always wanted one. I mean, probably from watching too many movies growing up, but I've always wanted a clawfoot tub. So, let's see. I'm always enough. The lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Okay? Yeah. I see how she's drying out her flowers up there, right? That's what I do. I save like flowers and stuff, put them in jars. I don't know if it has something to do with like my hoarding mentality. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. And so again, Inanna, she keeps coming up. She always want to come up. Always. She got her wings now though, right? Oh, it's nakedness on there too. Okay, y'all. I apologize. I did not notice that. Okay, so again, it says the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Like, I don't know. It's just something. It is. It's something that, like, it's like the whole world is like going insane or whatever. But like I don't know, even like looking at this, it's kind of like a yoni, I don't know, shape, but it's like going within. I don't know. It's just something. And I guess when you clean it all out and you're cleansing yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice place to go. And I think that's probably why I just end up just liking to spend more time with myself. But I guess that if you still have a lot of stuff harbored inside, negative things or whatever, then when you spend more time by yourself, you're just going to become more guarded and more afraid to explore or do something of that nature. But, you know, like I said, okay? And sometimes it take, what does that song say? It says something about like, sometimes love has to find you, right? So I guess it has that like wall or fortress energy. Because what's that? Let me see. Earlier, that wall card was at the bottom of the deck looking at me, and I kept thinking, I wonder what it's really talking about. So again, Ye Shi Toso y'all, something like that. All right. And it says, Lady of the Lotus born. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So, I don't know what I'm feeling. So, Meishij Labdrome, I don't know. The diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. And I don't know. I think these quotes. This is called the Divine Feminine deck. And like one a day keeps the doctor away. Right? Yeah. I see the light in my own darkness. Yemoja, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. So again, it's like message. It's like delivering a message. I don't know. It's like a messenger energy here, I feel like, with her. She's giving light. It's just piercing all through her chest, even her, yeah. Right? The universe is like power and just passion and poise and something, right? And I don't know, it makes me happy, I think, too, when I see other women that spend their time doing that instead of, you know, it just, I don't know, it makes me happy, I think, too. And this is Sappho. I don't know. Maybe this is the same love energy. The poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely, or the women. Yeah, damn, they know what you look. That's what I just said. And it's almost like even with some of these women, we may not even talk to each other. We may not even be subscribed to each other's channels. We may not even be friends. But like there's something about, you know, that you feel like disconnect or whatever. And like I said, some of it, you know, might be legit and some may just be, again. But again, the whole thing about every inch of my body, you know, that makes me think about like a temple. Your body is a temple, right? And then also like a family or spirit family or, you know, tribe or, you know, collective energy, right? And that's just it. It's just a beautiful thing, I think. Because most of the time, you know, these women are the ones that are cast out, you know, because of the things that you have to offer. It might be kind of scary to some people sometimes. 1 second. I've just got 2 more minutes. Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The more sacred sanctuary is found within me. True enough, right? Okay, she got her toga, so I'm getting some Roman energy there. Okay, and then Rabia, the queen of saintly women. I am in service to divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Okay, so again, just beautiful. I love the images. I like the illustration. It's just gorgeous. So I think that's it, y'all. Again, hope you enjoyed the rest of your evening. I think I will too. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hold on 1 second. Take care.